Peace, everybody. What's good? It's our boy, Coach Malachi Williams, and you and I are tuned to True Media Today USA Boxing. Let's go.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble.
All right, everybody, check this out. I'm looking at an article, man, from Canelo Alvarez. Now that Big Nello has a fight going down with Jamel Iron Man Charlo, I was going to call him the Hitman, but that's his brother. Now that it's going down, a lot of people, I'm not going to lie. I like when Canelo fight. The reason why is because when he fights, he give everybody something to talk about. Because Canelo becomes the center of attention, not because of him, but it's just a lot of people, they're going to find reasons. If they don't like him, they're going to hate him. If they love him, they're going to love him. So I do get that. I like Canelo. He is one of my favorite fighters, I'm not going to lie, he is. He's one of my favorite fighters. Crawford is my favorite fighter. But it's a lot of fighters I do like. Canelo, Crawford, I do like Tank, like Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Sugar Shakur. Shout out to you, brother. I met you at the parade. First time meeting you. Salute to you, Shakur. Just a bunch of fighters. I like Jerron Ennis as well. I think him and his dad be capping all the goddamn time, but other than that, that's it. Just a few. New Way the Monster, Alexander Usyk, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm reading an article right here, guys. I'm looking at the boxing scene on my computer, and Canelo reacts to ducking Benavidez's claims. And Canelo says, every time I beat a fighter, they find someone else. Now, this is true. I call this the old move the goalpost tactic. Anytime, Canelo was one of those fighters that's on the I hate list. They hate Terrence Crawford with their passion. It's the same group of people that come from the same, they're pro, these guys are pro PBC, a lot of them, and they're pro Alphabet Boy community. You get what I'm saying? So pro PBC, pro Alphabet Boy community, and in order to be pro PBC and pro Alphabet Boy, there are certain fighters that you must hate no matter what. You have to hate Terrence Crawford. You have to hate Canelo. Canelo is probably number one on the list. You have to hate Terrence Crawford. You have to hate Canelo. And you have to hate Tyson Fury. Those are the three fighters that you must hate. And maybe even an Anthony Joshua, that could be four. And if you look at those communities, they consistently hate those four fighters that I just named. But Crawford right now, they dropping video after video after video, just trying to discredit anything he does. But Canelo, Crawford is getting the Canelo treatment even more now. But Canelo, he's right about that. They move the goalposts. As soon as he beat one guy, they'll say, well, you got to fight this guy. Then you got to fight that guy. You got to fight that guy. So it is what it is. Now, a lot of people feel that, hey, Canelo should have been fought David Benavidez. They said he was the mandatory, but apparently he never was the mandatory at all. That fight hasn't been ordered or mandated. I did see an article where Mauricio Suleiman said that that fight will be mandated with Canelo and David Benavidez will be mandated to be the mandatory next year by May of next year. So that's what Mauricio Suleiman said. If that's the case, that's what I read. I think that was on Boxing Scene or one of those sites that I read that on. Mauricio Suleiman did do an interview, and that's what he said, right? So some people feel that Mauricio Suleiman is protecting Canelo, and I disagree with that. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Mauricio Suleiman, if you feel he's protecting Canelo, then surely you got to feel he's protecting Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo hasn't fought in over 2 years, and he still is a champion. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. And that's not even a logical explanation for that. Now, and then certain fighters don't even have to fight their mandatories, and they can still hold on to their belt. So, and they're from different races and backgrounds and ethnicities. You get what I'm saying? So, but as it relates to Canelo, he's right about that. Now, a lot of people do want to see him fight David Benavidez, me, myself included. I want to see him fight David Benavidez, but he's fighting Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo is not a walk in the park for anybody. But, we're going to see how that works out. He has a 3-fight deal with the PBC. And Canelo thanked Al Heyman. Oh, man. Al Heyman made Canelo kiss the pinky ring. Now, Crawford hasn't thanked Al Heyman yet. I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't. I'm going to talk to the brother and say, look, man, you better not thank Al Heyman. You get what I'm saying? So, but you got to thank God before you thank anyone else. You get what I'm saying? So I do get that. But all jokes aside, we'll see. Everybody want to see Canelo fight David Benavidez. And a lot of things that people say, well, this guy's a mandatory, he's a mandatory. And come to find out, these guys are not the mandatory. They might be the number one guy, but you're not a mandatory until the sanctioning body mandates the fight. If the sanctioning body doesn't mandate that fighter to be the mandatory for the champion, the guy who currently holds the belt, then that guy's not the mandatory. Do you understand what I'm saying? And if you're an undisputed champion, like, you may have several mandos that you have to defend your title against. And what happens is a certain sanctioning body may be number one. Let's say like Canelo is the IBF. He's undisputed. He has all of the belts, right? So David Benavidez, the WBC may not be the first guy. He may have to defend his title. Well, he defended his title against the WBO champion, which was John Ryder. Now the WBC may be next, but they're not mandating that fight until May of next year. You get what I'm saying, guys? So he's not the mandatory, right? Just like a lot of people saying Jerron Bruce Ennis is the mandatory to Terrence Crawford. Well, you know, if that's the case, why did IBF haven't mandated it yet, and why they haven't stripped Crawford? He just got won the belt from Errol Spence. So he was the mandatory for the IBF when Errol Spence had the belt, and no one was saying we want to see Errol Spence fight Jerron Bruce Ennis, because it's coming from the same group of people who hate Crawford. You get what I'm saying? So I agree with Canelo on this. Not everybody who wants to see Canelo fight David Benavidez or feel that he's ducking. Not all of those guys are pro PBC guys or pro Alphabet Boy guys. Not those guys. Not all of, like some people like myself. I want to see him fight David Benavidez. But Canelo's fighting Jermell Charlo. I don't see nothing about him that's really ducking. You know, right now, you know, just like a lot of people say, Tank is ducking. But, you know, Tank fighting set-up fights. That's just the reality of the situation. You know, he's fighting fights that's tailor-made for his style, and people want to see him fight Devin Haney. They want to see him fight Shakur, but he's not going to fight those guys more than likely. That's just the reality of the situation. He's making a business decision. You get what I'm saying? Business-wise, he's not going to fight those guys because it's a high risk for him, high probability of him potentially could lose that fight. Not saying that Tank would lose, but that's what I'm saying. That's what's going on over there. Now, I do admire the fighters like the Crawfords, like the Spences, like the Canelos, like the Anues, the Cool Boy Steps. They are Devin Haney's. They making the big fights happen. They're fighting the top guys. And other guys, they don't have to fight the top guys. They can maneuver how they want to maneuver and stay out of harm's way. That's just the reality of the situation. But hate, like, share, subscribe. Let me know how you feel about that. Do you feel that Canelo is right? You know, in his assessment, that every time he beats a fighter, they'll bring up someone else. When he say they, he mean his critics and stuff like that. Or do you feel, nah, that's hogwash, Canelo just capping? Again, hate, like, share, subscribe. See you guys at 3 o'clock. You know, we back on point, guys. We back on point. You know my motto, don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace. Leave your comments below.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.